I'm not doing it, man. I'm sorry. It's the weirdest freaking thing. They get all these complaints about how the show is so dark when I tell you about the problems the country's having. Even though I'm always telling you how I'm long in the United States. Now I'm getting the exact opposite. Guy just sent me a message. Man, you're desperately putting a positive spin on it. Did I say that? Did I say this was? Are you even listening to my show? Bro, I'm sorry, man. I know I want to insult you, but you're not listening to the right show. I write down what I say because I prepare the show. I just told you it was a mixed bag. We won the House. The Senate was no good. But we won school board races. Did really well in North Carolina and Florida. Did semi-well in Nevada, where at least we took back the governorship. We may hold the governorship of Arizona. I'm sorry, someone corrected me too. You're right. I said flip. Arizona's not, of course, Doug Ducey. It's a governor. That's a Republican now, so thank you for that. But still, we may hold that. No, it was not a banner day. The facts speak for themselves. And there's a lot to fix. And there's a lot to learn from. And I'm going to get to that. But what I'm trying to get you to understand, and maybe I'm doing a really terrible job at today, which is fine. I'm glad to get criticism on that front because it makes the show and me better. I'm just one of you all, folks. I'm just an activist who really, really loves the country a lot. Like, I really love this place. It means the world to me. I was sitting in church this weekend, and I was listening to Father Marty, one of my favorites. And he was giving a homily about this. And here, if you're watching on Fox Nation, this is my actual phone. That's my thumb. I took a screenshot of the gospel this weekend. Now, keep in mind, this was not... The gospel readings this weekend are planned out way in advance, okay? They have nothing to do with elections at all. But I want you to listen to this for a minute. All of those folks ready to give up who think the apocalypse is near. He said this. He said, while some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones and votive offerings, Jesus said, all that you see here, these days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down. Then they asked him, Teacher, when will this happen? He's talking about, obviously, the apocalypse here. And what sign will there be when all these things are about to happen? Jesus answered, see that you not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and the time has come. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for such things must happen first. But it will not immediately be the end, he said to them. Nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There'll be powerful earthquakes, famines, and plagues from place to place, and awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky. But before all this happens, however, they will seize and persecute you. Listen, please listen. Whether you're a Christian or not, before all this happens, however, they will seize and persecute you. They will hand you over to the synagogues and to prisons, and they will have you led before kings and governments because of my name. It will lead to your giving testimony. Remember, you are not to prepare your defense beforehand, for I myself shall give you a wisdom in speaking that all your adversaries will be powerless to resist and refute. Listen to this part. You'll be handed over by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends, and they will put some of you to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but not a hair on your head will be destroyed. By your perseverance, you will secure your lives. That was the gospel this weekend. By the way, planned years and years in advance when they do these readings. That was the gospel this weekend. Listen to this. You will be handed over by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends, and they will put some of you to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but not a hair on your head will be destroyed. You know, in the gospel, Father Marty reminded me this weekend, in the homily, well, everyone, not just me, that you know the phrase that appears most often in the Bible? Be not afraid. I get it. Some of you, you don't need to be getting all religious on us. Why not? Why not? This is it? You think this is it? Your whole life was a midterm election where we won the House, lost the Senate. Now it's over for you? Your life has no meaning? No, it doesn't. That's not this audience. It's not. That's not you. It's not, folks. That's not the people I listen to on Facebook and on True Social and on Twitter. That's not. That's not. We did not have a great day. There's no positive spin to put on it. But I'm telling you, as a friend, as someone who deeply cares about you and this country, this was not the apocalypse they want you to believe. Be not afraid. They want you to believe that because they want you to give up. They want you to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with the fight. You know what? We may lose Georgia too. I'm not giving up then either. I'm not. If you want to give up, you're on your own. I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to join in the chorus who say, oh, just let it all go away. And when the thing is totally, a nuclear bomb will go off and then we'll feel, oh yeah, really? You want to go Denzel Washington, Book of Eli style? You sure about that? You want to, I encourage you all tonight, if you really, for the crowd out there that's eager to be more depressed after a not so great election, if you really want to get depressed, go watch The Road with Viggo Mortensen about what the end of the world. It is the most candid, frank assessment of what the end of the world would look like without the hysteria, because they don't even get to all the stuff like how it happened. All you know is like something happened. They don't tell you what it is. Was it a volcano, a nuclear bomb? They don't tell you, and that's the best part of the movie because you don't get lost in like, what Roland Emmerich like end of the world stuff with, with the tectonic plates collapsing and limos jumping across it. It's not about that at all. There's no special effects in the movie, I think, at all. It's this guy and his kid. It's based on a fantastic Cormac McCarthy novel. And the end of the world is here. And there's just patches of people alive that basically hunt each other down and are absolute mercenaries and do whatever they want to do. But man, it's real. And it's raw. You want to get depressed? If that's what makes you happy, go watch that. You want that? Because I'm not willing to go. I'm not willing to go there. I'm not giving up on the plane. I'm not. I'm sorry, man. I'm not giving up on the plane. You know what's really telling? This goes to show you sometimes the difference between us and them. And believe me, there is an us and them. I'm talking about us and the libs. When they get their asses kicked in the third consecutive presidential election, Reagan, Bush. Do you remember what happened? You think they gave up and walked away? Oh, 3 consecutive elections they lost. Tax cuts were passed. Reagan crushed communism in the Soviet Union. They were down in the dump. Communism, they love communism. The New York Times had defended it for 50 years. They were like, damn, communism. They were cussing in the newsroom. They were pissed. And then to have communism defeated by the most conservative president we had up to then, Ronald Reagan. You want to talk about a kick in the Johnson. That was it. Did they give up? Hell no, they didn't give up. Go look it up. If you think I'm messing with you. They formed the Democrat Leadership Council, the DLC, to figure out where they were going wrong. They decided to move back more towards a more centrist position on a lot of their insanity. That's where Bill Clinton's safe, legal, and rare in the era of big government is over came from. And they got a 2-term Democratic president. Because they didn't give up. Why are we giving up? We just won the House. Yeah, but damn, we didn't win it but we won. That's not positive spin. Even Politico is acknowledging this morning that there's very few paths left for the Democrats to keep the House. So you're upset that we didn't win by enough. Fair. Totally fair. Point stipulated. But we won. Why are we giving up? You just won the game. TCU would. This may be sensitive. Jim may jump through the Skype screen. Now we're messing around a little too much. Jim and Mike Bo. This may be sensitive, but I'm going here anyway. Jim may quit after this. TCU probably could have won by a bigger margin against Texas if they really wanted to move up their rankings this weekend. But they won. They beat the Longhorns. It's a huge win. And they won the game. I saw a whole bunch of rankings. UPI and us. They could have won by more. Okay, they won.